So I hadn't done a video on using AI to make a ship in Star Citizen for a long time. And there'd been one idea I'd had the entire time that I never got around to trying, which was making a Greycat industrial mobility scooter, which I always thought was funny. So I tried here for the first time. I recorded all my prompts and how I made it with AI, and then I even go all the way into making a commercial for it at the end. So stick around for that. My name's Dead Leader, and welcome to the show. So I actually ended up using ChatGPT initially I kind of went AI to handmade in this. I went to ChatGPT and asked it to give me a good prompt for Midjourney, which is the program that I'm using here, to generate concept images in the aesthetic of Greycat Industrial in Star Citizen. And it gave me this good starting like prompts to work with. And initially, like, a lot of these looked a little bit too military. They didn't really look like they would help people with disabilities or the elderly. So they didn't really work exactly, but I was happy to see that it got like the orange accents and the like the curves on what you see on a lot of Greycat vehicles. So that looked good. But like here, like this one was missing a wheel at the front. And I don't know, it was like a two-seater. I'm like, a mobility scooter like shouldn't be a two-seater. Like a lot of these kind of like had more of like a quad bike looking vibe, you know, / tank. Like they were there for the elderly to blow shit up. And I mean, I looked into it like a little bit, but they weren't really what I was going for. You know, I really needed something that was you know, like a mobility scooter. And these were more like tanks. Cool, but not what I wanted. This one, it was definitely more like a tank, but it had all the highlights and the accents, like with the orange, that I really liked. So it was cool, but it was just like I don't know, like a mini Gundam tank or something. I tried, other than using the ChatGPT prompt, I wrote my own one where I really just focused on, like, I wanted to see what it would think about the mobility scooter of the future, and then I still gave it some of the previous prompt stuff that kind of described the you know, the colors and the general sort of aesthetic description. So they kind of looked a bit more like retro 1960s. It definitely didn't look like Greycat, but they definitely did look more like mobility scooters, which was where I wanted to head with it. Kind of looks like a air conditioner meets a mobility scooter. Or if someone was trying to design something to make it, you know, look futuristic, like a futuristic product now, where it's not necessarily from the future, it's just someone gave it the description of do something that you imagine the future would look like. And so they look kind of the futuristicness of them is kind of like less functional. It's more flair. So what I did is I actually fed it images of the Greycat PTV, the Greycat STV, and some of these mobility scooter sort of images I gave it to see what it would give me as a mishmash of all of them. And it came up with this, which was like much easier to get in and out of. It didn't look quite like a PTV. It was like, or the STV, looked like a one-seater, sort of like, that looked like a, you know, a safety handbar at the top. Like it looked kind of low to the ground. I think it needs a little bit more low. So I fed it some of that image and some more of the STV and the PTV again to kind of like get it accustomed to the STV, get it accustomed to the Greycat sort of aesthetic. And this is where it started looking proper. And this one here on the bottom right, this is the money. This is now looking like a mobility scooter for the future. So let's get that one. Look at that. Little blotch. The back actually even looks kind of like the Greycat industrial logo. So this is where I'm like, all right, I think we may have found our mobility scooter here. I used that image to generate a few more sort of options and different angles of what it would look like. These ones I didn't end up using in the end, but if you would like to check them out, this Midjourney bot is actually on my Discord / the Skull Scrapers Discord. So if you would like to play around with this yourself and see all the different results I had and what a lot of the Discord members have done, jump on our Discord and you can give it a shot yourself. So I went back to ChatGPT, this time for a script for a commercial for this mobility scooter to see what it would give me, as this time I was actually going to go all the way and film a little commercial for it. And what it gave me was, you check it out for yourself. For too long, the elderly and disabled have been limited by their mobility. They've had to watch the world move on without them. But now, thanks to Greycat Industries, that's all about to change. Introducing the Greycat OLD, the world's first mobility scooter designed for space travel. With the Greycat OLD, the disabled and the elderly can now travel the stars. No more sitting on the sidelines. No more watching the world go by. The Greycat OLD lets you get in on the action. So why wait? Get Gran To Mars and beyond with the Greycat OLD. Because when it comes to mobility, there are no limits. Greycat OLD, available now at Greycat Industries. So, if you enjoyed that mess of ridiculousness, you can pledge to get your own by liking and subscribing to this video. Thank you very much for hanging out. Once again, if you'd like to play around with that Midjourney bot, join our Discord. Link is down below in the description. As usual, my name's Dedalita. We'll see you out in the verse.